Now, if you go to the Tantric temples in India, it's horrendous because the guides are just there, look at that, you know, all these sexual positions and stuff. Well, actually, the temples are telling the stories of what takes place. People were engaged in life. They were engaged in sex. They were engaged in these things. And when Shiva and all this Parvati had gotten married and they were going by, everybody stopped and went to look. And you look at the mathematics of the temples. There's a lot of wisdom that's there, but people get caught up in these images. And they don't understand what the temples are representing. Okay. And the guides there have absolutely no idea. It's sad. But if you look at the temples from the outside, you'll see that they look like sexual organ. Okay, and you look at it, and then you go in, and it's like going into the womb, and you look out, and you've left the world behind, and there's such a stillness in the temple, and you're looking out on what's taking place in the outside world. And the further you go into the temple, in the absolute internal part of the temple is the linga. Okay. And the linga is not representing a sexual organ. It represents the absolute, that which is without form, that's unchanging, and it's part of the yoni. It sits in the yoni, which represents the physical world, the transient, the temporal world, and these are one, they are not two, not two. Okay. So people have made all of this about sex and not understood what these are pointing to. Even looking at the temples, you see how the foundations of the universe comes together when you look at the dividing where the lines are coming together in the temple. But you have to understand the symbology of it in order to see what's there. Okay? And it's unfortunate that this wisdom has been so polluted and so misused. Okay, if people want to go have sex, let them go have sex. But please don't call it Tantra. Don't say you're teaching Tantra. Tantra is not taught in classes. Real Tantra, you have a teacher and you have a student, and you work together one-to-one, and that's it. Okay? It's all done very secretive. One of my gurus was a Tantric guru. He was taught by 3 Tantric masters. They each take you under their wing and give you what can be given. But it's not what people think. It's not taught in classes. It's none of that. That's not Tantra. That's not it at all. And I don't get into some of the workings of Tantra. There are some things that would have to do with sex that you can do to release energy and stuff, but I don't get into that because there's really no need to. Okay? So we'll just leave that because we don't want people to go off on somewhere they don't need to be. Okay. Here's another one. Let's go ahead and stop it and restart it because there's a new question, different topic finally.